Guess what's happening? The beehive is getting packed up. Oh my God. Has it been an adventure? But let me just tell you that it's been a journey of self-discovery. Not only about myself, but about projects I totally forgot about. I'm just like shocked. That's all I can say. But thank you for stopping by. This will be my last video until I get to the other side of the rainbow. Yes, there's no ability to work up here after today. And there's going to be a whole bunch of unpacking on the other end. And I will do a video whenever that happens on the other end. But between now and then, we'll have about a week and a half or so of, or maybe 2 weeks of, just enjoy your December. Enjoy your holiday. And know that I will be here in a new beehive in a couple of weeks. Yeah, hard to believe. Hard to believe, let me tell you. But I mean, it's been something else, because as I have packed things up, I've discovered things like, look at this fabulous canvas. It's that heavy canvas fabric that I bought to try to learn how to make bags out of. This was from Sweetwater. And look at this fabric. Holy moly. It was mind-blowing, to say the least. But I wanted to start off today by just telling you, because this decision was made so quickly and life just kind of zipped so quickly, I know that it seems like a lot of things are left out there. And one is our Buttermilk Basin Welcome Home project for 2021. So I wanted you to know that I am still on track. You know, I have my base made. I just have a few little bit of stitching to do on the home, and then to make the pillow. That'll happen in the new beehive. But I have been, let me just move the camera down just a little bit. I have been prepping January. I wanted to get January prepped. So this morning I got up early and I drew my pattern out. And here's the thing that'll be interesting, because the new beehive is at an entirely different climate than I'm used to here. It'll be interesting, because I know I have heard from all of you around the country and the world that soft fuse, or whatever fusible you use, works differently. And although this, a lot of the fusible says don't use steam, I steam front and back. And it could be because we're so dry over here. And it'll be interesting to find out if I'll need to do that over there. But I decided that before I packed up the last little bit, that I would prep January. So when I get to the other side, I will have, it'll still be December. Do I sound like I'm not? I mean, took me a half hour to find the pair of scissors. I knew I left one pair of wool scissors out, and but in all this piles, it's been just insane. And do you hear that? Do you hear the brain fart going on. Yeah. So I'm gonna prep this January circle that goes in the center. And I had bought the kit, so the wool pieces were out here. And you'll see, like when I prep something, I try to squeeze as much as I can to leave a little piece of wool for a future project that I might need that little chunk of brown. And I'm going to fuse it all together. And then when I have a chance on the other side to sit down and actually take a break and do some stitching, I'll have this ready to go. And then in January, I will prep the February block. Of course, I have to find the February block because it's in one of those boxes out there. And here's the thing. I started packing in a very methodical way. But now I have reached that point where I don't care anymore. And so I'm just throwing stuff into a box just to get it boxed up. I am wondering what the movers are going to think when they see this pile of boxes to go up to a sewing room. I have them all labeled, and the sewing room is like this one on a second floor. So, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Yeah. It has been a journey this last couple of weeks. Yeah, as of today, this beehive belongs to someone else. Yeah, it's so strange to think about. But let me tell you, although there are many who think we're blankety blank crazy for doing what we're doing, there is something very positive for G and I about making this choice and doing what we want to do. And it is for all the right reasons. I mean, love is the ultimate reason for doing something like this. So it's exciting. It's truly exciting. I mean, there is great heartbreak and sadness in the patterns that we have created here. But it doesn't mean that it can't be different. And we are not leaving sisters 100%. For sure that's not happening. And you know, my fabric stalkers and my stitch groups, you know, they all are part of what has created or inspired Quilt Roadies, and so I can't leave them totally behind. My heart would not let that happen. So packing up, thinking about the configuration, and truly the new beehive is fascinating. It is going to be a fascinating space. I am going to be missing terribly my closet up here. That closet was awesome. And when we built this house, I had them put shelving in it, just what I wanted, you know. So the new closet is not as big, not as deep, and so the storage and the organization is going to be totally different. But isn't that the way it is for all of us, that we all have so many different spaces that we sew in? And I always remember my friend Sandy, who her sewing room was literally in an office space off of her kitchen. And do you think that that made it difficult for her to create the most spectacular quilts? No. And she told me, I'll always remember, she told me that having her sewing room right next to her kitchen allowed her to do the things that she needed to do, because they had a working farm lunches, dinners, and then in between, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, she was sewing. It was like right there at her fingertips. And so that's what made me realize that it doesn't matter how big a space you have or how small a space you have. It's how you make it your own and make the flow happen in your life. And so I'm looking forward to this next step in reorganizing and realizing that I don't have this humongous deep closet to hide things in, because I literally found things that I either had no memory that I had, purchased it, or I fell in love with all over again. So that is the thing, is this moving has really made me excited. It's made me excited. It's made me excited about the potential and the possibilities, and setting up a new space, and oh, it's just so awesome. I the biggest pieces of furniture in this house are in this room. The stove. Oh my God, the stove. The stove. It's so awesome though. Everything, everything that I love is going with me. I'm not leaving anything behind that I don't absolutely love. But I'm not taking things that I don't absolutely love also. This has allowed me to give a gift to my children in where I purge things that don't have as much meaning to me, and will definitely not have any meaning to them. That's the thing, is that we, at different points, we think everything that has a little bit of a memory to it or attached to it, oh, I could never get rid of that, But in fact, yeah, for whatever reason, this move has allowed us to, yeah, cut off those things that we don't want to deal with on the other end, which is kind of funny, because it's really hard to give up fabric, isn't it? It's really, but I found a whole box of wool scraps. I have tons of wool scraps. So why I needed an additional box is, I don't know. So I'm going to today be cutting these pieces out and fusing them onto my round circle piece, so it'll be all ready for stitching. And I'm going to put it in a separate bag that'll just kind of go with me, so I'll always know where it's at. Of course, the wool thread, who knows where that is? Where did I pack? Oh, I think I have one ball of black. Okay, so I can tack all these things down. And it's a huge thing. I mean, just even moving our email address has been, when you've had the same email address for over 30 years, it's like, what? I can't take it with me? What? Yeah. Yeah, it's from back in the day when you had it through a small company, as opposed to Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo, where you could get it anywhere. So, yeah, there's so much to think about. There's so much to think about, and I'm so excited that you're going to be coming along with me. I don't feel alone because of that, and I have appreciated. I've tried to keep up on all the comments. I read them all. I don't necessarily have the ability to respond at this point to everyone, but know that each and every comment has been a support for me during this process. And my evenings are filled with watching bad Hallmark movies. Although last night G finally said, I think I found a movie for you. And I said, what is it? Because this one on TV is absolutely horrendous. And he goes, yeah. So we watched White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. Oh my God, I sang through the whole movie. It was so great. So we're just taking those quiet times in the evening. I'm looking forward to getting into the new space before Christmas and setting up a Christmas tree. If that's all I can set up, I will do that, because I moved on Christmas Day before, as I've told you, and so this, I'm definitely getting a tree this time. One should only have to not have a tree once in your life. I know, what kind of rule is that? But this has been great packing weather. We haven't had any snow. The mountains have been getting snow. It's more icy than snowy. The streets are totally clear. And I have not been shopping a bunch because I'm not sure where to mail everything. So I still have the mailbox here in Sisters, which I'm excited to keep. And you know, Wes will forward anything I absolutely need. Otherwise, I'll be down here every month anyway. And I'm looking forward to, I've been in conversation with the Stitching Post about doing a Zoom stitch-along class for like an afternoon at the Stitching Post that people can sign up for. I think that will be a lot of fun. Maybe towards the end of winter, you know, I'm thinking March. I have to give them a call and set that up on the schedule. But there's a lot of excitement ahead for me. I'm a little bit closer to Pioneer Quilts, which, what's not to love? They have the wool that, oh, wait a second, I don't need another piece of wool, do I? Need, want, oh my gosh. Well, thank you for stopping by. And although I am behind on my hexies, big time, what I have been doing though is every week I go on to Spring Daisy Stitchery, find out the hexies for that week, I write it in my calendar so that when I'm at the other end and the hexies come back out, I will be doing double each week until I'm caught up. And because that project just tickles me to no end. And then we'll be doing the home project. And starting in March, I think and everything should be cranking like a well-oiled beehive. I should receive my first French General block of the month, the swoon block. Oh, I can't wait for that one. I can't wait for that one. I did find out that there's a long arm quilter just down the road from me. I mean, really? Wow. I can't wait to check her out. And yeah. So just know that I'm surviving, I'm packing, and thank you for stopping by. G and I appreciate it so much. And we'll see you maybe in a couple of weeks, huh? You take care. Be safe. And we'll see you then.
Thanks for watching.
And be sure to like and subscribe on Quilt Roadies.